we've talked about mixing pattern papers, let's go ahead and make a simple one-page layout using a couple of different pattern papers from different companies and see how it turns out. What we're going to use: a newsprint paper from 7 Gypsies, a black and cream polka dot paper from Junkets, and a ledger looking paper that says family profile at the top, also from 7 Gypsies. And we're going to build it just on a background of black scalloped cardstock from Basil. To start this layout, what you'll want to do is cut your pattern papers. Now I have here a 7-inch square of the newsprint paper, a 6-inch square of the family profile paper, and you can see that the rest of the piece of paper just looks like a ledger, so I actually cut out the portion where it says family profile to use on this page. Save the rest of this because it'll be great to use for something else. And then I have about an 8-inch by 4-inch rectangle of the polka dot paper. So go ahead and cut those out, and then I've just inked the edges of them. Now, in case you didn't see the last episode, inking, super easy. Take your ink pad, your piece of paper, and just rub it along the edges until you get your desired look. You can't ink too much, you can't ink too little, it always looks good. So after you finish cutting out your pieces of pattern paper, go ahead and ink the edges. Another way you could add a little more dimension would be to stitch along it. If you've got a sewing machine and if you're familiar with stitching, that would be another fun thing to add to this page. Now these are patterns that are pretty easy to mix because they're all pretty neutral. I just kind of wanted to do something just to give you an idea. I love the vintagey look, and so that's why I picked all these ledger and newspaper print and stuff, because that's really me. So but notice we're starting with a neutral background like we talked about in the picking pattern paper segment, and then we're just gonna add to it with, this would be considered our bold pattern. This is our the first pattern that we're gonna lay down because it's busy but not too bold, and then this is going to be our subtle that will kind of mellow everything out. So go ahead and just, oh, and I forgot my adhesive. Let me grab it here real quickly. Okay, so just run your adhesive on the back of the newsprint sheet, or if it's not newsprint, whatever you're using, the 7x7 square, and place that in the upper right hand corner of your background sheet of paper. Now, sorry, I just kind of wanted to see where I was going to be sticking that. Run some adhesive on your 6x6-inch square of paper. And again, make this to fit whatever theme works for your pictures. Go through all your pattern paper stash, because I'm sure you have a ton, and find 3 things that you think will look fun together. Now, stick that down. Give yourself about an inch down from the top of your other pattern. Stick that down. And now layer the polka dot paper on top of those 2. And you want to let a little corner of the newsprint still show. You want it to go up and above the family profile ledger paper a little bit, and then hang down below, down here, just because you want to really give it that pieced together layered look and show that they're all on top of each other. Now the picture I'm going to use is this color one. I thought about doing black and white because I love black and white pictures, but once I put that on there I thought that just looks too drab. So I printed it again in color because I really like the way that the pink in my daughter's sweater kind of jumps out at you and adds that little bit of color, and that's where the pink glittered embellishment, that's what that was inspired by. So a lot of times your pictures will really pick the elements of your page out for you. So go ahead and just attach your picture. I'm using a 5x7. You can use a 4x6 for this too if you want. It'll work just as well, and then you don't have to get any special sizing done. Now again, I'm going to layer this so that it comes down below, a little bit below the ledger paper, cuts across the polka dot paper, just because again, you're layering these things on top of each other and you want everybody to be able to see all those layers, because that's what really gives it depth. Now I've got this cute little chipboard number 1, because I'm going to call this layout, I'm going to title it One Moment, because that's about as much time as we had to snap this picture, because usually not everybody's happy. So, and we don't usually have those moments where everybody's looking at the camera, especially not with a 7-month-old. So, so I'm going to place this in the bottom corner, bottom left-hand corner. But what I'm going to do is, because it only says 1, obviously it doesn't say moment, I'm going to take white rub-ons. I've got these little Making Memory Simply Stated alphabet, just real simple font. I think it's their trademark font. And I'm just going to put the word moment right on the chipboard, because I want the title on this layout to be really simple. I really want the picture to be what you're looking at. Oh, and okay, now this is a good lesson on how to get rub-ons off. Fortunately, on this shiny chipboard, they come right off. Pushed a little too hard there. Okay. So stick down your M. We want to find all of our letters. Okay, so once you've got your letters on the chipboard, you can just take some more adhesive, run it along the back of your chipboard number, and put a little extra on this since it's a little bit of a heavier embellishment. And again, just layering it over everything, sticking it down. Now, your glitter flower should be pretty dry. Just take some chipboard or some adhesive. And I'm going to stick this because there's a nice empty space right up in the corner of this picture. I'm just going to pop it right on there. I probably should have let that dry a little bit longer, so you could probably give it, 10 or 15 minutes. I only gave it about 5, but if you gave it a few more minutes, it would be completely dry. And then the reason I liked this family profile paper is because it gave me a spot to just kind of do a little fun journaling, and because of the look of this page, it's really just kind of vintagey with the creams and blacks, and I'm just going to use my handwriting, even though I don't necessarily always like to see my handwriting. I think that it's important for people that are looking through your books later on to be able to see it, and so I'm just going to stick, our name, the date, and maybe a fun little sentence or two on there. Don't want to overtake, again, the picture, just want the picture to be the main focus of this layout. So I hope you had fun making that. You can see how you can mix different patterns and get a really fun, easy layout. And I'm working on a mini album for a year in review for 2006. We're going to use some of the crepe paper papers, so hopefully you'll join us for that. Have a great day.